Good evening. I'm going to do a recap of the trades over the last few days. I already recapped Monday and Tuesday. This is going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Um, let's see. Wednesday, I took. If you want to see the plays, you can go into the Discord room and look at past alerts, and you can see the actual plays and when I alerted them and stuff like that. Or you can just look at my Twitter. So, anyways. Let's start with Wednesday. I took SPY at 9:48. I took puts, so that's this day. 9:48 is right here. I took the breakdown of this opening range, and it just collapsed. And we got it for 308 puts at 72 cents, and then went to $6. As you can see, it took a massive dump right here. So that's where I grabbed it, because you had pre-market chopping up here in pre-market, and it opened and it looked like it was going to pop over high day, but I wasn't looking for it for a long anyway. I was looking for it for a short. So as soon as it broke this 309.40 level and got past the, I like to wait at least 10-15 minutes, because that's when all the first 15 minutes or so is when all the fake outs are. So I don't want to fall for the fake outs. So I grabbed it there, and the second one was SPY again, 305 puts, and I got them at 10:35. So it looks like that I grabbed it right here on this breakdown, and I sold right here, and it popped up, and I grabbed it again on this break of this VWAP retest, and those puts ended up going. I got them at 64 cents, 305 puts, and they went to 232 on this drop right here. So that was that play, and we grabbed Disney on Wednesday too. We grabbed Disney at 108 puts at 10:51. So I grabbed them pretty much at the same time. Actually, no, because I grabbed the SPY puts right here, which is in the middle, and Disney's on the left. I grabbed them when they broke down the RC3 the regression channel trend line. I think because the SPY is just beginning to dump right here, that Disney would dump further, and so I grabbing Disney at the same time. And then I grabbed 306 calls on SPY at 11:46, which was right here on this dump. Let's see, well, why did I pick that right there? Just trying to look at the day before and see if there was any particular reason. Hold on, I'm just looking. Yeah, I probably ended up grabbing it right about here. What time is it? 11:46. Yeah, so I grabbed it. I grabbed it in this little green bar right here. So it's hard to tell what my thinking was at that point in time, but I probably just knife grabbed it and got lucky. I mean, went from 310 to 302, so that's an 8 point range. So it's really not that. It's pretty extreme. So I would expect usually a reversal. And in the last couple of weeks, every time the SPY takes a big dump, the algos jump in and they stop buying. So I grabbed it right in this range right here. So grabbed the calls, 306 calls at 49 cents, and got this little pop to the 20 EMA. That's what I did on Wednesday. Let's see. I'm looking at my Twitter to get the actual timestamps on Thursday. Thursday I grabbed SPY at 9:42. I grabbed it on the dump right here when it got below the pre-market, below VWAP. That's when I grabbed it. It was a quick little dump. I got in and out really fast. I remember when that dumped, I was kind of thinking that it was going to be a bigger dump than what it was, and it didn't. So and it started to pull back a little bit, and I got out. So they ended up going for, I got 295 SPY puts at 88 cents, and they ended up going to $1.08. Just in that one candle, it popped 20 cents. So I took my money and ran. And I grabbed BA puts. I'll put BA right here on the right. On Wednesday, And BA, no, there's something with me. Check the time. Whoops. No, there was something with BA. Let me check my other chart. So I remember when it popped, there was a specific reason why I grabbed BA. I'm looking at my other. Yeah, it's the other thing. It's the same thing. Okay, yeah. So when I get up above the regression trend line channel, when it started pulling back down below it, that's when I ended up grabbing puts. I ended up grabbing at 10:39. So it popped up through it, and then when it came back down, I got short right here after it broke this green 10-minute candle, and I took the quick dump on that. We got the 165 puts. They ended up going from 79 cents to $1.65, so they ended up going 100%. Then I ended up grabbing Disney again on, and I ended up grabbing that at what, 11.44. So oh yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, I grabbed it right here, and it just chopped. I got chopped to death, and I was not too thrilled about that play, because what happens, it came down, it tested this little area right here, the 109.60, then it popped up, and then when it came back down through, it knifed pretty good through the VWAP, and I thought for sure it was going to just plummet down to pre-market, well, not pre-market, but the low of the day, which was 108.50. So when I saw it come back down, I thought for sure it was going to break, and it didn't. So I ended up getting the 107 puts at 68 cents, and this one was a loss because it just chopped me to death, and then it popped at the end of the day because SPY ended up squeezing. I don't remember if there was news or not, but it just I was not thrilled. It just chopped to death in that. But I did also grab BA at 162.50 puts at 78 cents, which was at 105. Yeah, well, I think it was right in here. I remember because it was pretty much the same setup as Disney, and I was very hesitant about it, and I did grab it, and it ended up going from 78 cents to 93. So I mean, I got this quick little drop. I got in and out fast because I was already in Disney, holding Disney's bag as it was chopping to death, and as soon as BA started to turn green, I took my small little win and get out of it because I didn't want to hold another loser to getting chopped to death out of another one. So I had the same setup, but this actually did go below the area I was looking at, but just not that much. So Thursday wasn't really that great of a day, but today wasn't either. So today, Friday, let's see. Let's see. I didn't trade Disney. Okay, I'll go to Facebook over here. Now Facebook, I think I need to go to a 1 minute to actually show this. Facebook, it dumped early in the morning, and it had a big green candle. I mean, a big red candle. And I was looking at the 10-minute, but I have it on the 1 minute so you can see. I ended up knife catching it because I was looking at it from the point of view, okay, the first opening range candle was from 233 to 228. I mean, you're talking $5. It's going to retrace at least some of that. So I ended up grabbing calls right around in here, and it popped on me. So I got a nice little win out of that. So I was happy that I got the 232.50 calls at 72 cents, and it went to 96 cents. So I got a quick little pop out of that. So what happened today was I made a lot of mistakes. Well, not a lot. I made a few mistakes, and I thought that SPY was actually going to dip, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let me get to the next one. The next one is BABA, which I had BABA calls, and this one I took a loss on because I was trying to catch the knife like I was on Facebook, and I didn't. So I ended up trying to grab it right around here. What time did I grab it? 944. So I tried to grab it right here, thinking, okay, it's gonna pop. I mean, at least retrace up to the 20 EMA, and I knife catched it, and I totally missed that one, and then it just dumped on me, and I got out of that with a loss. Then I went to SPY calls, 306 calls at 10. Actually, I don't want to back that out. Hold on a second. I got SPY calls at 306.80. I just had in my mind that this was going to be buy the dip day. I thought that the morning was going to dip, then it was going to rip the rest of the day, and I was like, okay, this thing's going to end up going back to 312 or something, because it's been chopping there for almost 2 weeks. So I figured it was going to dip, then it was going to rip to 312. But I was wrong. I grabbed the 306 calls at 10:09, which is right here, and the reason I grabbed it right here is because right in this area, the 304, it chopped around. There's a pivot right here, so I thought for sure if there was a dip and rip, this would be the area to get it, and I got it, and it dumped on me, and I lost that one. So I failed 2 knife catches. I mean, I caught the first Facebook knife catch, and it worked out really well, but I did not time the other 2 very well. But I did grab Apple, and Apple I did do time pretty good. I grabbed the Apple 362.50 calls at 10:32, which was right in here, because I remember the reason I grabbed this was because the volume, there's a big green candle right here, and there's a big green volume bar, so that was telling me it was a reversal. So I ended up grabbing it right here as soon as it went over this, and I got in, and it started to drop, and it dropped. I was like, okay, I got another knife catch that I failed, and they were all lottos, so I ended up sticking with it, and thinking, okay, maybe it will reverse, and it did. So it ended up working out very well. So Apple ended up going from 65 cents to 99 cents. I mean, it when it made this drop, it took out, like, I think a third of it, the value of the call. So I didn't think the call actually even turned green till it was right up in this area when I actually bought it right down here. On Fridays, theta is that takes its toll, and if it chops in the slightest bit, it's going to get your position's going to get wrecked. So timing's everything, and I mistimed on so many trades today, so it's just was very frustrating at one point in time. Then I grabbed BA calls. Now I grabbed BA calls because they had news, and what was the news? What was it? 11:42. I think it was right here. Not right here. Yeah, as soon as news dropped, I grabbed it, and then it started to pull back, and as soon as my calls turned green, I ended up getting out, and they didn't really go that much. I mean, it was I got it at 77 cents, and it went to 90 cents. So I think I ended up selling it in the mid 80s. But anyways, it had good news about testing the MAX flight or something to do with the MAX planes. So I thought, okay, this news, BA is going to easily go to 175, because I had the 175 calls, and it didn't. The news didn't have much reaction. It popped a little bit, then it pulled back, then it started to slowly grind up, and as soon as it turned green, I got out, because I mean, when BA gets news and it's good, it pops big. And the reason, and the lack of the pop, or the lack of the reaction, I didn't like it. So I took as soon as it turned green, I got out. Then I ended up taking SPY 300 puts at 60 cents at 12.37, no, 12.07, sorry, which was, I think it was this right here. Where did I take it? Yeah, I took it right here. As soon as it went up to VWAP, I took it right here and got a little scalp on that. So I ended up taking 300 puts just on this VWAP rejection right here. So they ended up doing pretty well. Then the last call of the day was UVX calls, and this kind of like was very frustrating to watch, because I'll show you why in a second. Now, the reason I took a couple reasons why I took it. One reason is that if you look at the UVXY's hourly, I mean, you get a clear inverse head and shoulders. I mean, you get a left the head and the right. It's very clear. I mean, it's picture perfect. You couldn't ask for a better looking setup than that. And SPY is down here. I got it when I get the calls at 12:48, which is right here. I grabbed the calls, and it was UVXY was right around here, and I was thinking, okay, we get a inverted head and shoulders on the hourly, and the SPY is tanking. In UVXY, when SPY drops, UVXY pops big, and it wasn't. So you got this right here. You get this. There's a divergence, and there's a little trick to this. You can see when momentum shifts, like right here, SPY is dropping. The price action is dropping from all day long. It's making lower lows, and yet UVXY is not making higher highs. It's staying flat and actually lower highs. And it shouldn't be doing that. UVXY should be popping more. UVXY, when this dumped right here under 300, UVXY should have been at $40, and it wasn't. And what happens is when you have a divergence, but difference between SPY and the VIX products, or the UVXY, that means it's a shift in momentum. So when SPY is going down and UVX is not, that means that SPY is going to pop because people are shorting VIX and momentum's changing. Now, it happens the other way around too, where if SPY is popping and VIX is not dropping, that means SPY is getting ready to drop. That's you can usually see that very, very easily, but I would not look at it on a 1 minute. You can see it's better on like 10-minute and hourly to see that divergence. So, but that's a neat little trick that you can see when the market's getting ready to turn into the other direction by watching UVXY side by side with SPY, and you can see that divergence happen before it happens. So it's a very neat trick that I picked up over the years, and you can just, it's very easy to see. So but yeah, that's going to do the recap. Today wasn't that great. Made some mistakes. I'm not afraid to admit I made mistakes. Not afraid to show my losses. I mean, stuff happens. That's the way it is. And I will post some more videos over the weekend. So if you're not in the room, you should be. And that's going to be it. Thank you.